Like I said, today I'm going to show you a few things before we get into demolishing my plaza because it's time. It's time to demolish the plaza. I don't like the way it looks. I miss my city, so we're going to do that. And I want to show you some tips and tricks and stuff that we learned that I forgot to make TikToks about because I forgot, and it's fine. But I ended up yesterday. You know how we did our DreamSnap yesterday? I may or may not have just tweaked it because I always tweak it. So if you want to see what our DreamSnap looked like yesterday when I finally submitted it, I will show you. Ready? Here. So the current challenge is Beachy Bliss, and this is what I ended up with. I think it's cute. I got a turtle in my lap. I brought the camera closer. W upgrade, though, from the last one. I even found a Mickey Cloud to come back and give us a little Mickey Cloud in the corner. So I think it came out pretty cute. This week. Okay, but I'm going to show you guys how we achieve this because there is a trick with the camera that we can play with. So if you didn't know, when you typically take a picture with a camera with a little robot guy, this is how far away you are, okay? And if we zoom in closer, you'll see how how high it is. It doesn't look very good. It doesn't look very good. But as you can see, so your head gets kind of cut off here. This is the pose I used, by the way, in the DreamSnap, okay? If you want to trick it and get a closer angle while you're sitting down, using the zoom in trick with either the vizier's table or the car or a rock or whatever, there's a glitch that you could do with the camera. So when you go in for your selfie cam, if you go into the crouch mode, so for me, that's C. If you do that and then you click the second person mode or the second whatever camera mode here and hit your crouch button at the same time, it'll glitch and zoom you in. Sometimes it takes a minute, but you have to crouch and then click it. So like I'm not the greatest at it, but hang on. Crouch and then smash the C button. See, okay, see how it brought my camera really low? So we basically just glitched our camera to give us that second person view while being crouched from the first person. So now if I go and use this pose, see how close I am? So that's how you get like a really close-up picture sitting on the ground. So when you're doing one of these like beachy scenes or a scene where you need to be sitting on the floor, you get a better angle than that, like that original far away or having your body cut off. I personally use this in my DreamSnap. So now we can remove my companion. Take a look. Now the more you know. That's a really easy trick for you guys too. The more you know. I use it all the time, especially for sitting poses. It just gives it a little bit of extra pizzazz. Okay, really easy. Ready? So there's a few companions that can help you sit. One being the fox, and then the other one being the robot from Maternity Isle. So ready? If you want to use them, this is what the pose looks like with the robot, right? That's the one I used in my DreamSnap. And then you have a fox who can make you look like this. So if you're looking at something on the ground, in order to get that closer angle, you're sitting with a robot, right? But by default, if you do the zoom in trick with the vizier's table or the car or a rock or whatever you're using, it cuts off half of your body. But there's a way to glitch it so you have a lower angle. And it could take a few tries, but it's not too hard. What you're going to do, you're going to go into your selfie camera mode and you're going to crouch. So for me, that's C. So you hit the C button, right? Then you're going to go into the second camera mode up here while hitting C at the same time, or the crouch button, whatever it is. So if you time it, just you'll glitch it so it brings you a closer but lower angle. So I'll do it again. It'll take a few times, but make sure you go in, zoom in, crouch, and then second angle, and then hit C again. Again, I'm not the greatest at this, but we'll get there. See? Okay. See how you can tell it worked because now you can't see my face. So the camera got zoomed in because the camera angle gets forced by the table or the car or the whatever that you're using. But it also brings in that second camera mode where it zooms it in closer to you. So now if you sit with your companion, it brings you closer. So you get a closer angle sitting on the ground where it's not like a bird's eye view and it doesn't cut off half your body. And then you can just adjust the things that you want to do. You can hide your companion. You can do whatever you want. If you have any questions or want to know about a specific trick or glitch or whatever it is, Just let me know. Sure, let's leave it at that for now. We change the focus to all the things that we want to do, move us around if we want. And there. So today we're doing tips and tricks. I'm going to show you guys what I've been meaning to show you. I've been dying to show you guys how to do a silhouette. A colorful silhouette with lighting. DreamSnap that we just got the results back from was the Inside Out Weather. And this was my submission. And so many people in the groups that I'm in were like, how in the actual F did you get that to look like that? So what I want to do, I want to show you guys how to achieve this and how you can do it on your own. It was really not that difficult. It's just a crap ton of lights and playing with the camera lighting. That's really all it took. All right. So I'm going to show you really quick how I did this. So the thing you're going to need to make a good silhouette is a ton of lights, a lot of lights. So we did the Roy G. Biv kind of gradient there. Okay, so let's go show you guys how to make a silhouette. Let's do it. Okay, silhouette time. Okay, so I'll show you guys again what DreamSnap looked like. So this was my DreamSnap that so many people were asking me, how in the world did you make that? Like how? Okay, was not hard at all. Okay, it just takes a lot of tweaking. So let's show you. Okay, quickly, I'm going to show you a rough version. Okay, so we have our colored lights. You could make all these colored lights at the crafting stations. Okay, you can unlock them. It does require gems and all that stuff, but you just need a crap ton. So let's do red. All right, just adjusting. Because the thing, you obviously don't want the light post to be showing behind your photo. So if you saturate the background with light, it makes them disappear. And as you play with the toggles and the controls, it hides them to a degree. Okay, so here are the lights. So now if I'm going to take a picture and make it, I don't think I made it nighttime. I definitely didn't use this, but you see how the light is just crazy? That's a lot of light, okay? Crazy light. You can't. I'm trying to remember. So what I did, I added some background like trees and stuff to block the light from pouring out backwards. And a good thing to use here would be like, yeah, this. So it creates like a wall behind, which is really good. So then to create the rain, there's these new rain clouds that came out with the premium shop a few weeks ago. I love them. I love that they're giving us more effects. And the idea was like rainy, whatever. So I used the clouds to block the lights so you don't see the tops of the lights at all. And I just put them around wherever. Okay, so see how this looks like this? Perfect. Great. Now I use the mushrooms. The toadstools, excuse me. So I use the toadstools again to create a silhouette here. The closer an item is to the lights, it'll create that like a dark silhouette for whatever's closest to the lights. So for me, that was tricky because I didn't want to be directly back here, right? Let me just change and put an umbrella on real quick so you can see how I did that. I think I used this umbrella. I think I used this one. It doesn't really matter which one you use. So the way that I got that angle, I went like this. And I used my umbrella and was like this, right? So now, if I go to the time of day and make it nighttime, this is crazy bright. Time of day, we'll make it like that. Okay. So now, the biggest thing you have to play with is the shadows. You see how as I bring the shadows down, it creates that silhouette. If you play with the shadows, you play with the highlights, you play with the contrast, the brightness, all of it, it'll start creating a silhouette. Bringing the contrast up. I always like to bring the light bloom to 1 because it dampens it just a little bit. If you have any questions or if you see something and you're like, how did somebody do this? Honestly, just let me know. Yeah, so here you can start seeing like how we got this silhouette, right? So all you have to do is, like I said, have an incredible amount of saturated light behind you, and the colored lights create a really cool effect. You'll learn though that sometimes some of the lighting effects will break. I found that if you play with the highlights and the shadows a lot, it does tend to break if you're used to using the focus toggle or you're used to using a different toggle. It's annoying, but it's fine. We move forward. So yeah, the more you play with it, you'll find things that, I brought the saturation all the way up. That was actually something I did. So see how saturation, if you're not familiar with the terms, saturation is basically just how colorful the colors are. So if you're editing a video and you're like, I want these colors to pop more, increase the saturation. If you think the colors are too bright, you would decrease the saturation a little bit. I never touch saturation. I hate when people oversaturate their pictures. But for this one in particular, because the idea was to create a very colorful silhouette, I put the saturation all the way up. For contrast, again, we can make the contrast a little higher to make it more vibrant. And see how you can't really see the light poles behind? You can see it kind of like right here if you're looking really hard. And maybe a little bit on the purple. But it's really not hard to do. So if you ever want to create some sort of backlighting where there's a silhouette, really easy. Again, to get this particular, the way that I have it now, we adjusted the following. So we adjusted the time of day. We didn't make it nighttime. We just adjusted the time of day to be dark. We adjusted the contrast to be a little higher. We increased the saturation all the way to the max that it could go because, again, we're trying to create like a very stark difference between the dark and the light. We adjusted highlights a little bit. We adjusted shadows. Light bloom, I always put to 1 regardless because it makes the light less aggressive. At 1%. If you do more than 1%, it's going to expand the light bloom. So if you want to mimic something like this, those are the toggles that I played with. But anyway, so that's that. And again, what that looks like in the background, if you want to see the whole to-do, we have a bajillion of these clouds because that was the theme of the DreamSnap. It was weather, right? And then about 8 of each colored light stacked. And then I added a background. So just to block the light and create that shortened depth of view. Yeah, that's that.